afternoon, this is Trey with BuildIdaho.com. In an effort to bring you the best information about buying and building new homes, today we're going to do a video blog post called Constructive Advice. So anytime you can get good advice from somebody, that's hopefully helpful. But today we're going to look at this home and we're going to focus on the exterior barrier. And we've invited the guy from Tyvek today, so he's a specialist, and we're going to introduce him and kind of talk to him about his product and what the consumers could learn from what this product does to a home. Alright, let me first introduce Sean. This is Sean Whitney. He's with Tyvek. And today, once again, we're at this home. It's under construction, as you can see. But, you know, in terms of construction, and we were having a discussion earlier, how important is this product? And in terms of the basic product being a barrier. So first, that's my first question to you, Sean, is what does a barrier product do to a home?
Well, first, a barrier product's what it's gonna do is it's gonna provide substantial water management for the building.
And what does water management mean?
So when we start to talk about water management, what we're talking about is liquid water, bulk water, keeping it out of the wall systems, mold, mildew.
So
anything that can.
So its primary duty is keeping water out, which is keeping mold and mildew from growing.
Right. Okay. Absolutely. Building materials rotting. You know, nowadays we want buildings to last longer than 20 years.
Right.
So it's a whole sustainability issue. So what this does is keeps water out of the building, liquid water out of the building, and moisture out of the wall system as well.
Cool. So I brought Sean over to this window because one of the things, if you're building a custom home, one of the things Build Idaho wants you to help you do is to understand what's going on in the process. And today we're obviously talking about the barrier again. So let's talk about what the window barrier is all about and flashing. What does that mean? Okay. And also what can the consumer look for if they're building a custom home and they just want to inspect what's going on in the house?
Okay. Yeah, absolutely. So what we have going on here is an integrated flashing material with the weather barrier.
Okay.
So the flashing material is designed as a drainage system.
Right.
So it used to be you had two camps. You had a barrier system flashing and you had a forgiving system flashing.
Okay.
Barrier system, you just covered everything up and hoped nothing leaked. With the drainage system barrier, you're actually saying, what if this does leak? Or when will this leak? This is designed to drain out the bottom. So if water gets into this window somehow, drains to this sill flashing, which you can't see because the window's installed, and then this will drain to the outside. So you actually have a forgiving wall system as opposed to trying to keep waters out of the wall.
If I was a consumer, is there anything I could look for if I was having my home built by a builder? Is there anything I could look for?
Vinyl windows are inevitably going to leak.
Okay.
So a pan flashing on a window is probably the most important aspect of the water management system.
Okay.
And also having a good weather barrier that's not a perforated material that's going to allow bulk water to get into the wall system.
Okay. So if you're able to keep up with us on the whole science of what a barrier product does, I'd like maybe Sean for you to tell me about the Tyvek product. So what's different about the Tyvek product, and why should someone request that product on their home?
Okay. Yeah, the Tyvek product, it's a premium weather barrier, and what it's going to do is it's going to balance a few different properties that are actually going to make the house more livable, more comfortable, more energy efficient. So besides what we talked about with the water management of the water holdout properties of the Tyvek, it also has a substantial air holdout property as well, which is going to keep your designed R value in your insulation. So
helping efficiency. So it's going to pay for it's going to pay for itself.
It's going to pay for itself.
Okay.
So once you have a tight envelope with the building wrap, an air barrier, that way you're not going to lose as much air in the inside, exfiltration on the building, better indoor air quality, contaminants, pollutants, allergens, that sort of stuff, and that's what that does. So you have.
What is the number one thing people do wrong with your product?
Installation.
And how so?
Reverse shingling.
Okay.
Which, if you don't start at the bottom and work up to a wall, you want to design a wall like you do a roof. So a roofer would never reverse shingle their roofing material.
Right.
So that's how you want to design a wall, to where everything drains, everything's sealed, all the penetrations are sealed, so you don't have any leakage of any sort, air or water. If
you'd like to learn more about Tyvek, you can call Sean at, what's your phone number, Sean?
860-8224.
Your email?
swhitney, WHITNEY, @orapac.com.
And if the camera guy can focus, you could also learn more about Tyvek at www.tyvek or construction.tyvek.com. Alright, so now it's time for our Energy Star tip of the week, and actually we're just going to discuss something, but I'm not a builder, but I'm familiar with construction, and I thought this was kind of a standard building technique. How many homes don't use this on a home?
I would probably say 40% of all homes.
40% of all homes. So if you're interested in efficiency, if health is a concern to you, and you're interested in a barrier product, of course today we've talked about Tyvek, but there are others. But 40% of the homes possibly are not using this product or something similar to it. So if it's important to you, ask your builder and get the details.